afternoon and welcome to the Idaho Business Review's 11th Annual CEO of Influence Awards program. My name is Cindy Suffa and I'm the publisher for the Idaho Business Review, and I'm thrilled to be your host this afternoon, along with editor Lauren Bono, who will be joining us shortly. We have an exciting program in store for you, and we are glad you made the time to join us today to recognize these incredible 20 honorees. The Idaho Business Review has been providing business news and recognizing outstanding leadership for over 37 years. In that time, we have remained on point with our mission by providing essential information to our readers, keeping you informed and connected. Our foundation is built on innovation, and pivoting our live events to this online-based program this past year is exemplary of this. Although we feel optimistic we will be able to return in person in the months to come, we believe now more than ever that exceptional achievement should be recognized, and we are proud to provide a program where we can celebrate these individuals in a safe and responsible format that also allows you to participate in the program. We are asking each of you to use the chat box found at the right side of your screen. We want to hear from you. The chat feature allows you to chime in during the program and congratulate the honorees. If you are posting to social media, we invite you to use the hashtag IBR events. If you're an honoree, post a photo with your award. Viewers, give a shout out and cheer on your favorite honoree. While we may not be physically together, we can join together giving accolades to the honorees on social media. CEO of Influence is one of 7 awards programs produced annually by the Idaho Business Review. This program recognizes individuals across the state of Idaho who represent the public, private, and nonprofit sectors and who hold the title of CEO, president, or in some cases, executive director of the businesses or organizations they lead. These individuals were carefully selected for consistently demonstrating strong leadership, integrity, values, commitment to excellence, and diversity. We are so grateful today to have the opportunity to recognize these incredible leaders. Before we dive into the awards, I want to thank our very dedicated sponsors. Each of our sponsors recognize the importance of the CEO of Influence Awards and what it stands for. And this program would not be possible without their support. Let's take a moment to thank them. Our presenting sponsor is Perkins Coie. We will hear from Perkins Coie in a moment. Our virtual event venue sponsor is Boise Center. We are bringing you this awards program from the Boise Center Virtual Studio. Boise Center is committed to providing a clean, healthy environment for its employees, clients, and guests, and has implemented a clean and safe plan that closely follows guidance from the CDC, GBAC, and local health authorities. Proven protocols and systems are in place for cleaning and disinfecting the venue. Key upgrades were swiftly made last year to increase Boise Center's virtual meeting capabilities. The venue offers a wide array of video conference and streaming services. A fully customizable event studio has been added, complete with staging, lighting, and cameras. Whether you are planning a meeting or special event, Boise Center is open and ready to assist you. Boise Center has an incredible team to work with, and I want to thank them for their efforts and their support of this program. Our partner sponsor is Blue Cross of Idaho. President and CEO of Blue Cross of Idaho, Charlene Marr, will now share a few words.
Hello, and welcome to the CEOs of Influence Awards. I am Charlene Marr, President and CEO of Blue Cross of Idaho. I would like to congratulate all of this year's honorees. This last year has tested all of us, and your leadership has never been more crucial. As Idaho, the nation, and the world begin to emerge into a new normal, your leadership will be needed to help us chart a path forward. You have the potential to have a broad impact on all Idahoans. I am so proud to stand with you. Congratulations again, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Charlene. Our supporting sponsors are Boise Metro Chamber of Commerce and the Arid Club. Virtual celebration sponsors are Amalgamated Sugar, Bank of Idaho, Capital City Development Corporation, HealthWise, Heritage Health, the Idaho Food Bank, Power Engineers, Red Aspen, the Cornerstone Collective, Title I, and the Idaho Women's Business Center. Thank you to all of our sponsors for your commitment to this program and your participation. Our presenting sponsor, Perkins Coie, has supported this program since it began in 2011. Steve Hardesty is a partner in the firm's private equity and business practice. His practice focuses on representing private equity and venture capital funds and their portfolio companies in a full range of mergers, acquisitions, financings, growth transactions, and general corporate matters. Steve also represents emerging growth companies and specialty finance lenders on a national basis, including corporate aircraft finance and commercial real estate finance. Steve is here to say a few words after this short clip.
Thank you, Cindy, for that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. What a year. A year ago, I had the privilege of representing Perkins Coie as the presenting sponsor using this same video format. Since then, we've had a national election, a worldwide pandemic causing hundreds of thousands of deaths in this country, unemployment and financial distress, racial reckonings, emotional and psychological hardship foisted upon our children, the elderly, and the rest of the community. It has, in fact, been a crazy, incredible, epic year. But the reason we're here today, because what has been in the midst of that year? Our CEOs, keeping their companies afloat and thriving leading the nation to rise above all of the economic stresses and preparing their companies and this country for an unprecedented comeback and economic growth. Our CEOs touch thousands of lives of coworkers, employees, clients, business partners, and all of their families. Our CEOs have been challenged like never before, and I have immeasurable respect and admiration for the job they have done. And for me and for Perkins Coie, it is particularly gratifying to work with the Idaho Business Review this year to host this event. Thank you to the Idaho Business Review. Thank you for this event to recognize the CEOs, and this event could not be more timely or more appropriate. And to our CEOs being recognized today, congratulations. Your recognition today is a small accolade from the avalanche of accolades you deserve for your efforts and your success. So congratulations and thank you. Let's please give a round of applause to these CEOs. Once again, like last year, I am chagrined that we cannot dine and raise a toast together in person. But please enjoy the rest of this event. And I look forward to seeing everyone in person next year. Thank you again, and congratulations again to our CEOs.
Thank you, Steve. Very well said. We will be back to in-person events soon. Thank you, Perkins Coie, for your continued support. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce and welcome Idaho Business Review editor Lauren Bono to explain a bit more about this year's CEO of Influence Awards program and how the honorees were selected. And then we will be moving into the awards ceremony. Welcome, Lauren.
Good afternoon, everyone. As this is my first CEO of Influence Awards program, I am especially excited to be here, and I hope you all are as well. To start, I'd like to tell you how the Idaho Business Review selected the 20 CEO of Influence winners for our 2021 program. Throughout the year, we accept nominations from anyone in the community who knows the CEO well and can speak to his or her experience. These nominators can be known or anonymous to the honoree. When the nomination window closes, a judging panel, which includes Idaho Business Review staff members, then selects the top individuals who consistently demonstrate the following: strong leadership, integrity and vision, competitiveness, innovation, and company history and growth. And if that weren't enough, the panel also reviews nominations for demonstrations of community leadership, service, and commitment to excellence and diversity. The individuals being honored this year represent a wide variety of industries and a diverse array of companies, government bodies, and nonprofit organizations across the state, from Coeur d'Alene to Idaho Falls, and include everything from breweries to financial banks to food banks. The CEO of Influence Awards shine a spotlight on the hard work and leadership skills it takes to reach the professional success these individuals have achieved in Idaho. The CEOs you will meet shortly are leading companies, creating new products, changing the way we do business, and most importantly, paving the way for future generations of Gem State business leaders. Each of our honorees has qualities we all aspire to emulate and accomplishments we admire. They are at the top of their respective fields, are actively engaged in the community, and make time to mentor others. They are, quite simply, inspirational, and we are proud to honor them. In case you were wondering, the physical awards for their outstanding achievement have already been delivered to the winners within the last few days. And while we're not just yet ready to celebrate in person with traditional acceptance speeches, we will still be hearing from each winner today, thanks to video interviews conducted over the past several weeks. Feel free to respond to what you hear by posting comments to the chat or using #IBREvents. Now, it's time to meet the 2021 CEO of Influence Award winners. let's unveil our first 5 honorees, who all either started their own businesses, developed new business models, or focus on helping Idaho's business community grow, as they share some insight into their leadership styles.
As president and CEO of DNA Companies, Denise Alter has created a legacy of nearly 3 decades of leadership. Through her guidance, she's scaled the business, helping DNA build a reputation for quality, and expanded the company into 2 divisions. Notable DNA projects include the glass for the Sensi office tower and the Boise Center, to name a couple. She's always believed DNA's employees are the key to success, and in 2018, she turned over ownership of the business to them.
As a CEO, I feel like we should be accessible to the other employees and to our team members. I think to be effective, you need to be involved and aware of what's going on. I don't think you can hide behind a desk all the time or behind a closed office door. I think you have to be in tune with what's going on in your organization. I'm really lucky. I get to come to a job every day that I enjoy my job. I enjoy the people I work with. So I just feel very blessed to be where I am at this point in my career. I'm surrounded daily by a fabulous group of coworkers and team members, whether it's my banker, my insurance agent, my board of directors, the guys that come to work every day, the gals that come to work every day. So I'm very blessed to be where I am.
Congratulations, Denise Alter. David Bailey is an adventurer and entrepreneur who has devoted the last 18 years of his career to the state of Idaho. Bailey is the president and owner of Bailey Engineering, a company he founded in 2003, and Land Pro Data, which he founded in 2014. Both companies were created after Bailey saw the opportunity to fulfill unmet needs in the engineering industry. Throughout the pandemic, Bailey has reiterated the importance of his team and how crucial it has been to connect with them each day.
I think a CEO should be someone who has what I call professional care. And you should care for your employees, you should care for your clients, and you should care for the industry that you're in. And that care shows through and you get it back. The second thing, and one of the things I always try to remind myself is to be available. Being available to your employees is one of the most important things. That some people call it an open door policy, but it's about just being there. For this year, we have some significant marketing campaigns for Land Pro Data. We think it's important for us to be leaders in this time when the land development world is just going crazy. And on the other end of that, Bailey Engineering, we're just trying to keep up with the workload available, and everybody's just working their tail off. We're really excited about it, and the amount of work that's out there and the way our economy's recovering from this is just really very exciting. Well, I sure appreciate being selected for this IBR award. I was talking to all my employees last week. We got a lunch together, and I said, it's really great to have all of you. And the bonus of it is you guys do all the hard work, and they give me an award for it. So, but I'll take it and I'll accept it. And thank you very much.
Congratulations, David Bailey. Mike Baker is the CEO of Heritage Health, a company that specializes in medical offices. Under his leadership, Heritage Health has grown from 3,000 patients to about 30,000, and now oversees $38 million in annual revenue. Baker attributes his success and the company's growth to building a collaborative team, prioritizing empowering those around him and trusting them to do their job. He supplies his employees with plenty of resources and tools, removes barriers, and outlines achievable goals.
My priorities for the rest of the year into 2022, we really are trying to reset our course for the next 5 years because our community is growing so rapidly. Those people need health care. It's super important to find the balance between, mental health, physical health, connecting all of that with social determinants of health and the things that lead to poor health outcomes. And so we're really trying to build our strategic plan around that so that we can provide hope, inspire change, and extend life. And that's our focus. We also need to figure out how to bridge the gap from a very divisive community dialogue. And our healthcare workers are tired. They need to feel inspired and supported in everything that they do. And, personally, I'm just trying to find a better balance. I want to be a better husband, father, friend. And I play hockey. I'm a goalie. And so on the personal side, I just want to get better at that and use that to stay healthy, both physically and mentally. I'd like to thank everybody within Heritage Health for the incredible work that they've done this year. It's truly an honor to be recognized for this award. But truly, I can't do this without everyone around me. And so, this really goes out to the folks that get the work done and help our patients and our community get to where they want to go. So thank you.
Congratulations, Mike Baker. As the executive director of the Idaho Women's Business Center, Diane Bevan is leading the state's revival of a dedicated women's business development center. In the wake of the pandemic, the IWBC quickly brought community partners together to offer resources to small businesses, whether they were rebounding or launching. For instance, Bevan coordinated an informational webinar for restaurant owners about how the restaurant revitalization funding could help businesses that may have suffered financially during the shutdowns. As if that weren't enough, Bevan also serves as the CEO of the Idaho Hispanic Foundation.
I think that all leaders have to also be great listeners. And I think that to lead effective teams, you have to empower them. So I think great leaders need to be a good listener. They need to be motivating, have lots and lots of enthusiasm and energy. Because I think that, especially during the last year during COVID, we just have to be able to look beyond what's right in front of us and look at kind of the future. I've had some amazing women in my life. Being number 5 of 6 girls, I had and I still do have quite the rock star mother that taught me how to work hard. She taught me how to be joyful, even on the really hard days. She had a lot of challenges growing up, and she taught me that you can always find the happiness and the good. And I think some of those qualities have really resonated with me as an adult. I also have some amazing mentors here in the Treasure Valley with Connie Miller and with Tammy DeVere, 2 amazing CEOs and women leaders of Idaho. I would like to thank the Idaho Business Review for this award. What an amazing honor that it is to be included among so many other amazing CEOs. And I want to give a huge shout out to my team at the Idaho Women's Business Center and to the board of the Idaho Hispanic Foundation. Because of all of you, we are doing some amazing work across the state. So thank you.
Congratulations, Diane Bevan. John Brunel is the Executive Director of Capital City Development Corp. He has significantly influenced the building environment and economic growth of downtown Boise. CCDC recently topped $1 billion in construction value via the Public-Private Partnership program that Brunel implemented in 2013. Under Brunel's leadership, CCDC has redeveloped nearly 500 acres of urban landscape, which has led to partnerships with local, regional, and national development firms.
I think a CEO has the responsibility to be a role model for the other employees in the organization. And along with being a role model comes a responsibility to show integrity, show empathy, show concern and compassion for employees, and make sure that they know where they stand and what's expected of them. My role model, really more than anyone, is my mother, Beverly Brunel, who brings a holistic perspective to everything in life and in business and in work. She's someone that I've counted on over the years, and I still to this day lean on for advice and clarity. Well, I would really like to thank the Idaho Business Review for this recognition, and I take it really as recognition for CCDC and the past and present board members and the employees of the agency who have really generated a beautifully built environment and helped the local economy grow in the city of Boise. On a personal note, really want to thank my wife for her support over the years, as well as my daughter Cassandra and my son Jeff, daughter-in-law Zoe, grandkids now too. They all play a role in shaping me. So it started in my career with my bosses and my coworkers influencing me, and it's now to the point where I have a 4-year-old named Evie May who really shapes my thinking some days. So lots of people have contributed, and I am grateful.
Congratulations, John Brunel.
Congratulations, Denise Alter, David Bailey, Mike Baker, Diane Bevan, and John Brunel. Well done. Now, I'd like to welcome back Cindy Suffa to introduce our next honorees.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you again to all of you for watching our program and posting comments in the chat feature and to social media using the hashtag IBR events. Your comments really bring this celebration to life. Our next 5 honorees, among their similarities, believe one of the most important skills to being a great leader is to listen. Let's hear more about that now.
Mike Francis began 2009 working as an engineer with Boeing, but had always dreamed of owning and running his own business. He gambled on that dream and became the founder and CEO of Payette Brewing Company. Over the past 10 years, Payette Brewing has become a staple of community bonding and has developed a huge selection of beers with names that pay tribute to local places like North Fork. Francis prioritizes giving back to his community. Through the Payette Forward program and Kegs for Cause, Payette Brewing has been able to raise money or donate proceeds to those in need, even brewing a special IPA called Ales for ALS.
Like some of the qualities that a CEO should have, one is compassion. I think you really need to know and understand your employees, your coworkers, your suppliers, customers, all that. You need to know where they're coming from, what they need. Another quality I think that's very important is decisiveness. You need to be able to make a decision, right or wrong. You need to be able to take action instead of waffling back and forth on what you're going to do. It's also one of the hardest things to do at times that I've noticed over the years, but being decisive on your decisions is a very important quality. Last thing that is very important is being willing to get your hands dirty and do the job that you're expecting other people to do. There's a lot of things over the past 10 years of our business that I used to do and no longer do, but knowing that I can jump in and help out people in all aspects of the business really I think is important to our success. The person that I really strive to emulate in my personal life and professional life is my dad. It's one of those things that seems cliche, but over the years you really start to understand where you came from and who you rely on. And for me, that's my dad. He's always taught me how to be a better person, personally and professionally. Always there to give me advice, and to this day is still the first person I call when there's something I don't know how to handle. Going forward, I really hope that my employees can continue to see me as someone that they can come and talk to. It's a hard balance being the boss where there's times you're trying to be someone's friend, but also their boss. You know, in a business like a brewing, there's a lot of times we're having beers after work where it is very much of a we're friends setting, but 2 hours before it's a professional setting. And trying to find that balance to where my employees still respect me and can come and see me as a boss and come with their issues, problems, successes, all of that is really where I want to be going forward.
Congratulations, Mike Francis. When the pandemic hit, Susie Hall, founder and president of newly formed the Cornerstone Collective, focused on maximizing efficiency. With plans to launch the design and construction firm early in 2020 put on hold due to the pandemic, Hall continued assembling her team of associates and launched the collective in January 2021. The collective now has 15 associates and counting, all of whom are collaborating and working to enhance the community. Hall has a passion for sustainable building and affordable housing, champions for a streamlined construction process, and is eager to offer coaching and mentorship to others.
I believe that qualities like vision, discipline, passion, compassion, inspiration, and strong leadership are all essential traits in a successful CEO. But for me, integrity and intentionality are 2 core values that I now live my life by. My dad, as the former Boise State football coach, Skip Hall, has been a really strong influence and an inspirational leader in my life. So I've looked up to him since I was little. And from him, I was really fortunate to learn at an early age the importance of teamwork, of leadership, and of coaching. One of the things that always stood out to me is how he treated everyone with the utmost respect, no matter their background. And to me, that has been so instrumental in my formation and how I now lead and coach my team. Right after COVID set in, I intentionally chose to rise to the challenge rather than back down. And I feel that the most important decision I made as a CEO, because of the way it translated into my companies and my team, was the intentionality of a morning routine and the diligence and the discipline of really amping up my morning routine so that I started my days, and still do, from a place of being full rather than half empty. And digging in deep for me has been a huge theme of COVID, and the internal shift that has taken place and transformed me has also transformed my companies. So I'm very thankful for that. I'd like to thank the Idaho Business Review for the honor of being selected as one of the honorees this year for the CEO of Influence Award. I've attended the event in the past and hold the utmost respect for past honorees as well as my fellow honorees this year. Just congratulations to everybody.
Congratulations, Susie Hall. David Hensley's motto is "Be prepared." The Idaho Realtors CEO was first introduced to this famous phrase as a Boy Scout and has carried it through to every stage of his career. From his time serving 3 Idaho governors to his current role at Idaho Realtors, Hensley's desire to serve has prepared him to help his community in any capacity. He plans to continue to use his position for the greater good of Idaho and is humbled to serve the 11,000 members of Idaho Realtors.
There are really 3 qualities I think admirable CEOs possess. The first is honesty. The second is loyalty. And the third is they have to care. I mean, first and foremost, the people you work for need to be able to trust you, rely upon you, and count on you. Secondarily, they need to know that you're loyal to them and the organization that you serve. And finally, they need to know that you care. And I think those are the 3 most admirable qualities any successful CEO would have. I had the privilege of serving Governor Otter throughout his time as governor of Idaho. The last role that I held for him was chief of staff. Throughout that time, I had the honor of really getting to know him. And I was always impressed with his love for the state of Idaho, how much he cared about the people and what he set out to do for them. He was very principled, and I find those qualities so admirable. And I always strive to be like Governor Otter in that regard. But Idaho Realtors, we're blessed with a tremendous team, and Realtors are really a family. So I hope that they all see me as a caring person who is invested in their success and is a partner in all things real estate, working towards that common goal of putting our members first.
Congratulations, David Hensley. As president and CEO of Hubble Homes, Don Hubble has proudly watched more than 6,000 vacant plots of land be turned into loving homes. Hubble has always used his business as a way to give back to the community. Over the years, Hubble Homes has donated around $2 million to various causes and launched the Hubble Homes Hero House, a collaborative effort between Hubble Homes and nearly 50 of its trade vendors and subcontractors.
I think leaders need to have a whole host of various qualities, but 3 of those that I think are extremely important to me are trustworthy, loyal, and respectful. I think that relationships, the primary ingredient of any relationship is trust. That goes for people on a staff or co-workers or customers. Anybody that you come in contact with is going to deserve a high degree of trust. And then loyalty is another high valued quality. And I think that goes the same way that people want to know that there's a longevity for them, whether they're on the direct team or contractors that we work with. They all appreciate loyalty. And I think respect is another one, that just to listen and to understand and appreciate people for what they're trying to communicate is extremely important. I've been very blessed to associate with some extremely bright and talented people over the years, and they have really made the company the way it is. A company is known by the people it employs, and we've been very fortunate and probably had divine intervention in connecting with some of those people. So we've got an extremely capable and talented team, and I think that's foremost with anybody who's in leadership, is that if you don't have the right team, it's not going to go very far. So I appreciate everybody that's involved in our team today and helped along the way. So that has gotten us to where we are now. I'm very fortunate.
Congratulations, Don Hubble. Adam Husney, MD, is the CEO and CMO of HealthWise, a nonprofit organization that provides health information for consumers. Husney values making personal connections with all of his employees to make HealthWise a place where people want to work. His medical background as a family physician ingrained in him the importance of listening and having empathy. Husney also actively supports many community organizations and projects through personal involvement and participation, so he can serve the people and community he cares about.
So I think the main quality would be humility, to put the organization and its people first, and to leave as much ego as you can at the door. But you also need a level of ego that's enough that you have confidence in the decisions that you make. I've been in this role for about almost 3 years now, and as a physician, I feel like I built a lot of resilience in my career, but I was not prepared for the amount of resilience I would need as a CEO, because there are things that come at you every day and you have to adjust. And that brings up flexibility. So it's really important to be flexible, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. You could plan as much as you want and it won't come out the way you think it will. As a family physician, you want to be interested and curious. And so I like to, when I speak to somebody, I like to be interested in who they're truly interested in who they are and curious about things, as opposed to making judgments. I like people to think that I'm honest and caring. I like them to realize that I want to put the organization above any of my own needs. And I want them to know that they're the ones that are doing the hard work, and I want to let them do the hard work of the organization, because they're the experts. I want to thank the Idaho Business Review for nominating me for this award. Of course, I want to thank HealthWise and its people, who are the thing that make this all possible. And I can never forget my family, who stand beside me through all things.
Congratulations, Adam Husney.
Congratulations, Michael Francis, Susie Hall, David Hensley, Don Hubble, and Adam Husney, MD. You are all amazing leaders. Now let's turn it back over to Lauren to introduce our next 5 honorees.
Thank you, Cindy. Now, without further ado, let's meet our next 5 CEO of Influence honorees, who all share the common bond of exhibiting a strong work ethic, which shined as they supported their employees through the challenging days of the pandemic.
Chris Jones and his wife Amanda purchased plant therapy from Amanda's mother in 2009. Since then, the couple has worked hard to make plant therapy the success it is today. Jones attributes his success as president of the company to his can-do attitude, which he describes as learn as you live. His goals for plant therapy are having a positive influence on people's lives, providing quality essential oil products at an affordable price, and giving back to his employees and the global community.
I don't think there's any specific person that I aspire to emulate, but what I try to do is, in my personal life, surround myself with great people and take what qualities I think are good from those individuals, and then also from afar the same thing. Like Michael Jordan's got an incredible drive to succeed. That's admirable, and I want to emulate that. Elon Musk is a visionary, does things that other people would think are crazy and accomplishes a lot. I emulate that. Jeff Bezos, super long-term thinking. He's not so worried about what's happening today, but what's happening, in 10 years and 20 years, great quality. So I think for me, I look at these people that I think are exceptional at what they do and take from them different qualities. I feel humbled and appreciative to my team. It's been a phenomenal 10 years of business. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year at Plant Therapy. And I was at a business summit listening to the speakers, and it was reinforcing to me the importance of the team and surrounding yourselves with great people and relying on other people for their expertise while also allowing them to flourish in their role. Super grateful to be doing business in Idaho and happy to be here.
Congratulations, Chris Jones. In 2002, Alan Ball asked Courtney Lydiard to join him in forming Ball Ventures, LLC. This dynamic family office quickly transformed into the company it is today, with projects in 17 states. As a CEO, Lydiard leads with a deep commitment to his company, its success, and the people of Idaho as a whole. He is viewed as a person of action with infectious passion and endless energy, and he truly believes employees are the company's #1 asset.
I think keeping your word and honesty is really number one in being a CEO. Number two, a close second, is being a great listener. I think you need to keep your ear to the ground, particularly with the employees. What's happening with the employees? What are their needs? Being able to respond to their career development. And then, of course, keeping your ear to the ground and listening for opportunity. Looking for some of the negative, because in the negatives you find opportunity. So being a great listener. And then lastly, I would say, the ability to inspire people when they're down, to inspire people to make them better, to use that same skill as it relates to your company, to be able to inspire in your community, to make a difference. I really would love to thank all of the employees of Ball Ventures here at the corporate office and across the platform. It's amazing what you can learn as a leader from the people that you work with, right? When people teach great lessons through examples. And so I'd like to thank the employees. I'd like to thank Mr. Ball. He's been influential in my life. He's given me a lot of trust, instilled a lot of trust, given me an incredible opportunity to build an incredible organization that's got his name on it. And I take that serious. It's been an incredible journey. And I'd like to thank Mr. Ball and his family. I love Idaho. It's a great place to stay. It's a great place to live. I'm here and love to thank the people of Idaho as well.
Congratulations, Courtney Lydiard. As president and CEO of Amalgamated Sugar, John McCready works with more than 700 grower members. He has guided group decisions on topics such as how the business is governed, how it will grow, and how members will be paid. McCready attributes the success of the company through the pandemic to the toughness of its people. He also volunteers his free time to the Phoenix, an organization that provides opportunities for physical activity to people in recovery from addiction.
One of the most important values or qualities that a CEO has to have is really integrity and authenticity. Got to have the ability to work well with your employees, with your board. I think secondarily, you need to have toughness, really, stamina, the ability to endure difficult problems over long periods of time and stay creative and innovative and find solutions to them. I think you've got to adopt essentially kind of a personal code that you stand for and that employees know they can count on. And I think at the end of the day, if you want to do a job that's a leadership position, you really have to have a fair amount of courage to want to just hang in and deal with some of the stress and some of the challenges that are inherent in the job. I would want my employees to view me as approachable. I think employees who have bosses who are approachable end up becoming more ingrained and they embrace the programs that you put together a little better. I think my top priorities personally are to try to get a little bit more work-life balance in this next year. I mean, the COVID year, if you will, was pretty intense and there were just a lot of long, hard, difficult hours. Professionally, making sure all our employees are reintegrated into the company now that everyone's back at work, that they understand our programs well, that I get out and get a chance to meet with people now that we're meeting again, and just really to get fully implemented, fully ingrained back into the company.
Congratulations, John McCready. Jessie McKinney was previously recognized by the Idaho Business Review for an Accomplished Under 40 award. She describes business as being a very natural fit for her, which is evident in the explosive success of her social selling beauty company, Red Aspen. To be a successful CEO, she has learned it's important to lead both from the front and the back. With a vibrant dedication to serving leadership and mentorship, McKinney continues inspiring women to unite each day.
There are so many qualities that a good CEO should demonstrate. Courage, tenacity, curiosity, persistence, honesty, humility. And these aren't just qualities that I think one admires in a leader. I think that they're qualities that are expected from leaders. Eleanor Roosevelt is one of my personal heroes. She has just this trove of incredible accomplishments. She actively participated in the women's suffrage movement. She acted as the assistant director of the Office of Civilian Defense during World War II. She was a leading activist for rights of women and African Americans and served on the board of the NAACP. She oversaw the drafting and passage of the UN's Declaration of Human Rights, which is the basis for almost every country's constitution if they were formed after 1948. And ultimately, she transformed the role of First Lady and used her position as a platform for social activism. Eleanor famously once said that you must do the things that you do not think you can do. And she chose to live her life with a courageous mindset. And her courage inspires me to be the best leader and the best servant leader that I can possibly be. I draw so much strength from her courage.
Congratulations, Jessie McKinney. Brett Moffitt joined Power Engineers as a project manager in 2000. He worked directly with CEO Jack Hand for almost 10 years, where he helped with acquisitions, finance, and legal issues. When Hand retired in 2016, the board chose Moffitt to be his successor. As current president and CEO, with thousands of people to lead worldwide, Moffitt has thought of creative ways to incentivize and motivate employees. For example, 20% of full-time employees are part owners. And every year, employees band together with a party called the Burnout to commemorate the company's survival from a fire that burned down its original headquarters in 1977. When asked about the future, Moffitt expressed his love for the company and excitement for an amazing runway of great projects ahead.
I think in terms of admirable qualities, empathy is one of the number one qualities that a CEO should demonstrate. It's so important for us as leaders to really be able to look and see other points of view, the points of view of our shareholders, the points of view of our employees, the points of view of our clients, and quite frankly, the points of view of our communities that we live and work in as well. Somebody that I would like to emulate is one of the very first mentors that I had when I got into this career, Bill Dunn. He really took me under his wing and showed me so much about how to be successful in technology, in this industry, and quite frankly, in business as well. And Bill and I have had a lifelong friendship since I was in high school. And it's because of Bill that I've been able to get into this field in the first place. And quite frankly, I often think about Bill in terms of the qualities that he had. He was helpful, he was hardworking, he was always prepared, and maybe more than anything else, he really took the time to share what he knew with other people and to make them feel good and to make them feel comfortable with what they were doing. Of course, I would just like to thank IBR for the recognition. And I'm very humbled by that, and it's very unexpected. And so much of what I do as CEO is really the result of a great team. And so I want to thank my team for putting me in a position to be able to accept this award, not just on my behalf, but on behalf of the whole company.
Congratulations, Brett Moffitt.
Congratulations on your achievements. Courtney Lydiard, Chris Jones, John McCready, Jessie McKinney, and Brett Moffitt. Let's bring back Cindy to wrap up with the last 5 honorees.
Thanks, Lauren. We trust you're enjoying the CEO of Influence program. Now for our final group of honorees who learned from following their dreams. Good business revolves around people.
Through his position as president and CEO of the Bank of Idaho, Jeff Newgard gets to help people achieve their dreams. During the pandemic, Newgard adjusted his servant leadership style to fit the needs of his team. He went from taking employees to lunch to having food delivered to team members and their families, and checking in on team members via teleconference to see how they were doing over face-to-face interactions. Over the past 6 years, the bank has grown substantially, and Newgard credits his employees for the success and defines his job as a leader to assemble the best team he can by hiring the smartest people he can find and then supporting them.
The important thing for a CEO to demonstrate is a good vision. A good vision is what gets people up in the morning, including yourself. Having a vision that isn't a per share profit-driven vision, but a vision that makes a difference in our communities, in our lives, and in the world that we live in. Also, kindness, good servant leadership, really caring, truly sincerely caring for your employees, for your team, for your customers, and then the community, and in that order. I want my employees to see me summed up as authentic, completely authentic in my approach, in our vision as an organization, but then all the way down to the individual, to really sincerely caring for that individual. I want them to feel that it's not a spin or it's part of my position, but that I truly care for them and their development, and that they can approach me no matter what their position is in the organization. They have my ear. I'm very grateful for this honor, and I know where it came from. It came from a supportive team, supportive board, and from the support of my wife and family. I'm very grateful to all of them and thankful for the honor.
Congratulations, Jeff Newgard. Stephanie Parker formed professional recruiting firm Talent Spark in 2016. The goal was to fill jobs in Idaho and focus on the unique hiring needs for companies based there. For Parker, finding that perfect fit is her passion. As the business owner, president, and executive recruiter, she knows that a good match can propel business to new heights, and she feels fortunate to have a helping hand in that process. When not focused on her own business, Parker devotes time to community work, such as serving as president for the human resources of the Treasure Valley and on the board of a Boise nonprofit, the City of Good.
Two leaders that I would love to emulate. The first one is my business partner, Allison. She's incredible. And then my own personal mentor, Jennifer Huft. But I gain a lot of inspiration from J.R. Simplot, who is one of our Idaho Titans of industry. J.R. had a passion for people. And if you talk to anybody in his organization, that's really his legacy. You know, I think that that's something that I genuinely respect and admire, not only just being an incredible business person who sort of would line up the chess pieces. I mean, that man ran the game, but he also loved his people. And he has a saying that is often quoted to him, hire good people and turn them loose. And, you know, I think that way too. I'm thinking about growing entrepreneurs in my own business, and Jack Simplot is a huge inspiration for me in that regard. I feel so honored to be part of this group of CEOs of influence. I somehow feel like I may have snuck into this lineup a little bit. Grateful to my business partner, my mentors, my families for supporting me. Thank you, IBR, for this opportunity. And I'm just grateful to our Idaho community for really supporting our business and giving me this opportunity to grow as a leader and to grow as a business. So thanks to everyone who has been part of the journey.
Congratulations, Stephanie Parker. A born leader, Tiam Rostegar has built his career through what he terms his own ceilings of complexity. From moving to Boise at 17 to securing an executive MBA to prioritizing family and mental health over work travel, Rostegar's career trajectory has brought him to his current role as executive director of Trailhead. He believes his passion for servant leadership comes from his experiences as an asylum-seeking refugee, and particularly the inspiration of a mother who he says relentlessly helps people. At Trailhead, Rostegar is happily executing on his three purposes and passions: people, business, and community, equally under one roof.
I think the most important quality of a CEO is balance. You have to be able to balance empathy, strategy, and analytic thinking. So a healthy balance of thinking and feeling when it's appropriate, feeling when it's appropriate, and a mixture of the two when it's appropriate. Other qualities in CEOs that I think are absolute must-haves is just the mastery of the story, being able to evangelize employees, partners, stakeholders about the organization's mission. And with that really comes, putting people first. At the end of the day, I truly believe that as CEOs, we are in charge of people who then achieve results for us. So we as CEOs achieve results through them. So as a CEO, you definitely have to be able to put people first. Both my parents, I look to emulate them And I know some people think it's a cop-out answer, but it's not. And I'll be specific. So in particular, what I admire about them and I aspire to emulate is their unconditional will to provide me with a good life. You know, they have a history. My parents, shortly after I was born, fled a revolution and a war and were refugees. And we lived in a refugee settlement for years. And that was starting their life over, and they did that solely to provide me with a better life. They did that all over again when I was turning 18. We moved to the US as immigrants. And both of those times, they personally didn't really benefit a whole lot from the move. Matter of fact, their lives got more difficult, but they passed those benefits on to me.
Congratulations, Tiam Rostigar. Karen Vauk doesn't just help fill bellies as the president and CEO of the Idaho Food Bank. She fills hearts with hope, too. As a former educator and corporate leader who then moved into the nonprofit sector, she often leans on the teaching skills she developed to help people grow, learn, and mature. Though the impacts of the pandemic have been challenging to navigate, Vauk's team has stepped up to the plate. From zero reduction in offered services and volunteer hours to create problem solving like drive-through food distribution. When asked about her impact, Vauk has said it feels good knowing that we're helping individuals and families through a difficult time.
You know, for me, the most admirable quality and important quality for a CEO is integrity. It's not only more effective for the CEO in being able to communicate, but also to create that vision for the organization and bringing others in to participate in defining the direction of the organization. And by always being accountable for your actions and for your words, it reinforces that trust in the organization that the CEO is transparent in providing information and also in their commitment to the organization. There's so many people I've had the great fortune to be able to know or work with that have amazing qualities in leadership. And that's really allowed me to observe and to pull from some of those key leaders into what I want to aspire to be. Some of those have been through my personal life where I've had family members who have demonstrated those qualities, and then also through my professional career in different organizations where I've seen incredibly successful leaders demonstrate not only their vision and communication skills, but also their ability to engage the team and bring people along with them willingly and in a way that really inspires others to work towards that common goal.
Congratulations, Karen Vauk. Jason Vickery became president of Title I at just 30 years old. This innately upbeat leader is described as a humble competitor who loves to win, but win the right way. Vickery has acted as a sponge, absorbing all he can from mentors, his predecessors, and personal heroes to develop a leadership style built on trust, empowerment, and communication. In Vickery's mind, if you put people first, profits and numbers take care of themselves.
I think a CEO should always be forward-thinking and futuristic in the way that they're approaching their role. I think caring and compassionate, especially in times like this, I think it's so important that as leaders of organizations that we care for our people, we're compassionate with all the things they've got going on in their lives. And then this is one that's one of my Gallup strengths, but competitive. I think as a leader of an organization, you should always want to be the best, whether that's individually or collectively as a company. And ultimately, I think that just provides so much opportunity for your team when you're competitive and want to win and want to be the best. Throughout my career, my approach has really been, how do I take bits and pieces of some of the great leaders I've either listened to or worked with and really be true to myself, be my own leader, but also recognize there's so many great qualities of so many great leaders and try to steal some of those and then ultimately bring those together and have that be, my leadership style. Really, our top priority as a company right now, and I think it should be as an industry, is just to get our team healthy. They survived this, 12 to 14 months of absolute craziness. And I think for the first time in over a year, we really have a chance to get our arms around our team and get our company and our individuals just healthier and in a better spot. altogether. What our team went through was borderline crazy and halfway amazing, but it was truly just a huge accomplishment. And our priority heading into this summer and the back half of the year is just to kind of recharge, energize, and get our team healthy again.
Congratulations, Jason Vickery.
Well done, Jeff Newgard, Stephanie Parker, T.M. Rostigar, Karen Vauk, and Jason Vickery. Congratulations to this year's 20 CEO of Influence honorees. Your dedication and service to the community is such an inspiration, and we are lucky to have you here in Idaho leading these great companies. Thanks again to our presenting sponsor, Perkins Coie, partner sponsor, Blue Cross of Idaho, virtual event venue sponsor, Boise Center, supporting sponsors, Boise Metro Chamber of Commerce and the Arid Club, and our virtual event celebration sponsors. The Idaho Business Review CEO of Influence program is possible because of your incredible support. I also want to thank those guests who engaged in the chat and on social media using the hashtag IBR events. Keep the comments and the photos posting for the rest of the evening and trending in the days ahead, and continue the celebration online. The CEO of Influence publication is now available and will be distributed to all subscribers in tomorrow's edition of the Idaho Business Review and at idahobusinessreview.com. Nominations are now open for the 2022 CEO of Influence Awards, so while you're on our website, be sure to nominate a deserving candidate. We invite you to join us for our next online awards event, Accomplished Under 40, on July 13th. For more information about the Idaho Business Review, our special publications, webinars, and events, please visit our website. On behalf of the Idaho Business Review, congratulations to all the 2021 CEO of Influence honorees, and thank you all for being our guests and joining us this afternoon. We do look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a great evening.